everybody, happy Easter. Episode 15 happens to take place on Easter Day. As episode 14, that definitely was a crazy one. I definitely did a lot of yelling. Things did not look good for me early, down 3-1 after making a ton of mistakes in right field. My defense was all over the place. I was able to get back into it, then lost the lead, and then in the ninth inning was able to make a huge comeback and all in all win the game and beat Josh Hader. So what happened now? He's not even on my team, so just handle that. Okay, so the final game of this 4-game series against the Brew Crew, going up against Brett Anderson with Michael Wacha on the mound. So let's see how this one goes. It stinks that the Mets don't really have a Easter uniform, but what are you gonna do? I mean, I feel like that's more of an NBA thing, especially like with sneakers. So we'll see. I mean, the Mets do have some uniforms for things like Mother's Day and Father's Day and, you know, July 4th and stuff like that. But, I mean, why not? If I were them, I probably would make another uniform because it's just like, oh, well, we can make more money. So, you know, that's always something to consider. One thing I'm looking at right now, though, is that I have no one else that can play shortstop since I sent down Luis Guillorme. So I guess I'm going to have to get rid of Matt Adams and just call up Guillorme. I feel like that's got to be the move here. I just want to see who else I could go to. Go to Nooney. And I decided to watch the SNY Mets last night just to see if they had Cespedes playing. And they did. So that is something that I'm actually not going to do today. Can I? Where's Nemo? Oh, we're facing a lefty again? Darn. Alright, fine. So Cespedes got to stay on the bench. Oh, my good lord. This bottom half of the order looks absolutely dreadful, honestly. Oh my god, look at this. After you have Conforto, it's just like, ugh, these are 4 outs in a row. But you know what? It's like, you know, I said in every video, but it's just like 13 days in a row. Guys are gonna get off days, so I mean, I don't really have a choice. Like, this is the Mets bench, so I mean, that's what I have to roll with. I mean, when we look at the numbers for everybody, McNeil is still hitting really well. Rosario's been consistent. I'm surprised Pete's cold. I mean, they haven't been giving him much to hit, and I have been striking out with him a little bit too much, so I guess I understand it. Obviously, Cano's average has dipped. Conforto's been pretty consistent. Somehow, Jake Marisnick is batting over 300. I don't know how that's even possible. But, I mean, he's been doing a little better lately. I try not to play him too much because I'm not crazy about him. Eduardo Nunez doesn't have a single hit this season yet. Obviously, the expectations for Tomas Nido are not high, but not going to be easy, especially with Michael Wacha on the mound, my number 5 pitcher, who we know has extremely low stamina in this rating. So just going to try to make the most of it and see what happens. Brett Anderson, at least he is a much more well-known guy than the rest of the pitchers I've faced this series. So let's see what we can do here. We got Jeff McNeil leading off, and you know I'm swinging at that first pitch. Actually, not really. I didn't like that pitch because I wasn't really expecting an 80-mile-an-hour slider, so I didn't even see it coming in, that lefty-on-lefty matchup. He has 5 pitches, so this is definitely going to be interesting. Oof. Fastball right down the middle. McNeil lines it into the shift. Wow, what a play. Ball 4. Matt Rosario draws a walk. Imagine if Matt Rosario drew this many walks in real life. I mean, that's definitely something he has to learn because he does swing at way too many pitches that are out of the strike zone. And it's not like just out of the strike zone. They're like way out of the strike zone. And Matt Rosario will still be flailing at them. So obviously that's still the biggest flaw in his game offensively. And if he could learn to take his walk, he definitely would be a better player. And I mean, we'll see how he develops. He is still young, but I don't know. He just is a little too inconsistent for me. Especially because he could put together like a great second half like he did last year. And it's just like the first half wasn't so good. Here we go. Good timing slider right down the middle. Didn't even put it in play. I still don't get that.
No ball, 2 strikes.
I mean, all in all, Rosario did finish with like a 280-something average. So that's pretty good. But the thing is that, like, he had to have such a crazy second half to get that average. So, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, and the other problem is that he did well when everyone else did well. Like, everyone had a good second half. You know what I mean? That's why the Mets went on such a big run at the end. So it's like, if he could put that together in the first half, I mean, we say it every year, it definitely would help the team. Like, be good when everyone else is being bad. Don't be good when everyone else is being good. As Robbie Cano does something good, a little RBI single to put us up 1-0, going the other way. I like it. Hey! Another 0-2 from Wacha. Oh, struck him out. So Michael Wacha gives up a hit but strikes out 3 batters. Nice first inning. On the ground, Robbie Cano to Alonso. 1-2-3 inning for Michael Wacha. Back to the top of the order we go. And good old Jeff McNeil leading off. McNeil gets a sinker right down the middle and puts it the other way for an extra base hit going away from the shift. I'm going to stop at second. I almost had 3, but nice leadoff double for McNeil. Robbie Cano! Don't you know? Perfect. I'm sending McNeil, and he will score easily. RBI single for Robinson Cano, our second run of the game. RBI Cano instead of Robinson Cano. We'll just call him that for now. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But so far, 2 runs for us, 2 RBI singles for Cano. Marisnick drives one left center field. Lorenzo King going back, still going back at the wall. It's out of here! Jake Marisnick with a 3-run homer. Oh no! That really changes the way this game is going. That's an Easter miracle right there. Holy moly, Jake Marisnick. Wow, I can't believe it. Big shot right there with 2 outs. Able to get those 2 runners home. Very nice. Wow, can't believe it. So Marisnick, maybe he's picking it up a little bit. Maybe he heard me talking bad about him for so long. He's trying to redeem himself. I mean, maybe I'm learning his swing a little better, but that wasn't a great pitch to hit, and I don't think my timing was amazing. See, look at that pitch. That was, you know, down and in. And I don't know, I was able to do something with it. I'm surprised. First time he threw it all game. But we do get 3 runs courtesy of Marisnick and 1 run courtesy of Cano. That one just got over. When Kane made that jump, I was like, I don't know about this, but snuck out of here. I'll take it.
He's going.
There goes Kane. Tomas Nido gets rivet, firing and guns him down. Wow, look at Tomas Nido throwing out Lorenzo Kane. Nicely done. Got him by a pretty healthy margin, too. Look at that. He looked kind of safe on that replay, but he's out. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain, obviously. Because, I mean, throwing out runners have just been so difficult for us. I mean, it looks like it makes a difference that was Tomas Nido instead of Wilson Ramos. But still, as long as we get the guy out, it's all that matters to me. It's funny how pretty much all season I've been talking about facing all these top-tier pitchers every game. I mean, with the Corbin and the Scherzer and Strasburg and Nola and Wheeler and Verlander and Greinke. You know, it's just like back and forth, just every single top pitcher. Now in this Brewers series, didn't really face the most amazing pitchers, I have to be honest with you. As far as like recognition and just like accolades and ratings and all that stuff, you know, these guys are nowhere close to those pitchers that I was facing before. And I'm hoping that all in all I could come out of here with a nice little series. So far so good as Michael Wacha punches out Yelich for the 2nd time today. How about that? Nice job right there. Oh no, my difficulty increased. Oh, that's not good. So much for doing good. That's going to go right out the window. 3-2 from Wacha. That one's hit up the middle. Base hit, of course. Oh, he's going to second. Is he crazy? Wow, disrespectful. What is wrong with you? Man, I felt disrespected. Good thing I threw him out. You're not going to get a double on that. This isn't Trey Turner we're talking about. I mean, it's not like Marisnick has a noodle on him out there. I was smart enough to get to the cutoff man. This way the throw was nice and accurate. Guess he was hoping that I was asleep at the wheel, but no, I'm awake. Barely. So going up against the Zach Brown band again. I mean, how many days in a row is this for him? 3? 4? I don't know. I feel like I've seen him a lot. Robbie Cano, his 3rd hit of the game. I guess Matt Adams, you know what I mean? It's like, I'll probably have to call him down after this game anyway, since I really need a shortstop. So, I don't think I still don't have a single hit with Matt Adams yet either. So, unless he hits a homer, he's getting called down. He's getting called down. Even though that was my fault, I can't hit with him. So, what's the point of me having him on the roster, honestly? I need the shortstop with all these games in a row. 1-2 from Brock. Oh, wow. How the heck did he get a piece of that? Make that. What was that? No. Come on. What was that? I don't know how in the world he got a piece of that. But what was Cano doing? Let me see this. I was right there. I was right. Oh, why are you showing me confront? Come on. I want to see this again because I think it glitched a little bit. I felt like I was right there. Let me see. All right, so ball on the ground. Cano charging. Look, I'm looking at it. He's staring at it. Puts the why? Just why? Right through the 8-hole. Come on now. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. It should just be 2 outs and we're cruising. Now all of a sudden we got Yelich on deck. Well, watch something like that just ruin the game. That would not surprise me. I don't know. I felt like I was getting there. I mean, probably it's my fault, but that was a complete accident. I thought I was, charging right at it. I mean, first of all, he should have made a piece on it for, like. Whatever. Oh God, here we go. Oh, nice catch by Conforto. Wow, how about that? 1-2 from Brock. Center field, Marisnik, please. Thank God, inning over. Holy moly, that was scary. Alonso drives it deep left field. Back goes the left fielder. It's out of here. A big 2-run homer for Pete Alonso to open up the lead 7-0. Nice to see Big Pete go yard. Been a little bit of a while since that happened. He's been on the cold slump. We saw the little cold mark next to his name in the pregame lineup, but hopefully that'll heat him up a little bit. Again, I'm trying to get my timing a little better with him. I've been out in front. I've been pressing because I've been wanting to get him going again since I know what he could do when he gets pitches to hit. And that's been the other problem. They've been working around him a lot, but I guess since Cano has 3 hits today and Rosario had already gotten on base, they gave him a pitch right down the middle and Alonso drove it right out. So now that changes the way we can navigate the bullpen a little bit. Maybe we could let Gazelman do the 7th and just see how it goes from there now. Definitely changes things. Robbie Cano, that one's in the shift. You piece of shift. Here's something I remember just thinking about the Shadows. I remember in 2015 when the Mets were trying to win the division and what have you, and once they did, maybe try to get a better seed because we knew they were going to have to go up against the Los Angeles Dodgers with them winning the National League West. And I remember it being a really big deal at the time. It was like, the Mets really need home field advantage, and they really have to. Oh, I almost threw at first base, and they really have to try to. Oh, can I challenge it? Yeah, this would be a great play if I could have pulled it off. But I just remember everyone was like, "Oh, well, the Mets have to get a better seeding and get a better record than the Dodgers because it's like they need home field advantage. So they don't have to face Greinke and Kershaw in the shadows." Like that's all everybody said. The shadows. Because since it's Los Angeles and because MLB needs their money, they have to start the games at 7 o'clock. So it's really 4 o'clock with the whole 3-hour difference and everything. So that's why they were going to be shadows because the sun's getting a little lower. With the way Earth is set up right now, I'm not the best at science. I'm not going to try to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. I just remember that. They were just like the shadow. Like, they said it like every day. It was just like so annoying. And then on the flip side, it was like, all right, well, guess what? Dodgers, you have to face Jacob deGrom and, Noah Syndergaard or Matt Harvey in the shadows as well. And the Mets were able to win that series, and that definitely was one of the more wild series, especially with that play at second base for Ruben Tejada. And, that's a game the Mets really, really should have won and everything. And if the Mets lost that series, that would have been so devastating. But you know what? I'm really happy they got to the World Series. It's the first time I ever seen them go, because I was finally old enough to see it happen. And, that World Series, they had a chance to win it pretty much every time. You think of Familia blowing game 1, and you think of the bullpen blowing the game that Matt's pitched, and then the whole Matt Harvey, Terry Collins fiasco in the 9th inning of game 5. The Mets really, really could have, maybe have not necessarily won the series, but that series definitely could have gone on longer. They definitely had some real chances to win the game. And to me, it's like when you see that you had these opportunities to win in all of these World Series games, and it was late. And each time, it was something late in the game, whether it was bullpen or whatever. And it's just like that right there should have been the telling sign of okay, well, let's address our bullpen, let's make it better. And they have been so cheap with it. They've tried to take the easy way out and get little signings, a little Jerry Blevins or Fernando Salas. You know what I mean? Just like these little moves that don't really make big impacts, not a big significance. And it's just like, oh, well, what was the Mets' problem last year? Why they didn't make the playoffs? Oh, yeah, bullpen. You know what I mean? It's like it's been a problem year after year after year, and they still have not fixed it. And you know what? Based on the way Betances has pitched this year for me, I still don't think they fixed it. You know what I mean? Just like the way this guy cannot find the strike zone and he's so inconsistent, I just don't think that equals good things for the Mets. So that's why I'm still just, I always get frustrated about the bullpen, because it's like it cost them a World Series title and it's cost them being a playoff team. You know what I mean? And it's like it's going to keep costing them until they do something about it. And even, I mean, I really don't want to be like the bearer of bad news and just be like a super negative Mets fan. But you know that the only reason why the Mets even signed Ellen Betances is because they got the whole contracting sorted out with Cespedes. Because that they basically used Cespedes' money to get Ellen Betances, which is something that we've really been clamoring for. With, you think about insurances being like, oh, well, all the money that you're recouping from David Wright and Cespedes, shouldn't they be reinvesting this money back into the team, which they had been failing to do so? And I feel like the reason why they got Betances is because everybody really wanted him, and like it kind of just like quieted down the fan base of being all over them. It's like, all right, they gave us Betances, so I guess it's an okay offseason. You know what I mean? And even then, like they got him very sneakily. You know what I mean? They didn't really act like a New York team, and despite who else they're already paying, make the move. Like, I still think they could have gone to Will Harris or Daniel Hudson, or, I mean, maybe not necessarily Will Smith, because the Braves got him so quickly. You know, the Mets could have definitely used him, obviously, but I don't know, I still feel like more could have been done. Brewers down to the last strike. Familia's 3-2. Hit on the ground. Robbie Cano backhands it, throws it on to Alonso, and the ball game is over. Put it in the books. The New York Mets have a nice 7-0 victory with Michael Wacha on the mound to sweep the series from the Milwaukee Brewers. It wasn't a pretty series, but a very pretty close. It's a happy Easter for the New York Mets and for me, so I didn't have to rage and scream and cry and complain. And we were able to get a nice victory. Michael Wacha did his job, going 5 scoreless innings. We got the 3 hits from Cano, 2 of them RBI singles. Big 3-run homer from Marisnik, and then a big 2-run homer from Alonso later on. So, all in all, definitely a good victory. We obviously will take it. We now get to go up against the Atlanta Braves, first time this season. That definitely will be a tougher matchup, and obviously we know with the Braves winning the division in back-to-back years, all those games are very important. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoy your Easter, and make sure that you are smart and safe and healthy, and I will see you in